In today's video, I'm sharing with you my study painting of a portrait by the old master John William Godward. He was very famous for his incredibly detailed portraits of women in classical settings, often inspired by ancient Greece and Rome. And one of the things that I admire most about Godward is his ability to render such smooth and realistic skin tones, and that's exactly what I wanted to focus on this piece, to learn how to mix skin tone by studying his technique. I start the painting by quickly blocking in the main color masses. This first stage was done quite fast, just to get the general structure in place. After this layer was done, I will let the painting rest for a few days to dry before moving on to the next phase, which is building up the detail layer by layer and carefully observing the subtle color shifts in the skin. For now, everything was dry, so I began working on the details from top to bottom. The eyes were definitely a challenge to me, and Godward's original painting captures so much emotion in the gaze, and I realized that how much I still have to learn and practice to reach that level. The skin around the eyes is very important because it helps define the depth of the eyes. When painting, it's essential to pay close attention to value, light and dark tones. For the area under the brow, I use a color mixture mainly of alizarin crimson and ultramarine blue burnt umber, since this is a cooler shadow area that receives the least light. I added a bit of burnt sienna and yellow ochre for the surrounding areas where the skin catches more light. Moving down from the eye area, the cheekbone received the most light, so I gradually increased the amount of red in the color mixture to make the tone warmer. And this is only the second layer. You can see that the painting still looks weird, but of course after this I continue building up more layers and continue refining the subtle color shifts and adjusting the saturation. And this layering process really helped the face develop more dimension and structure, bringing it to life gradually, step by step. I'm learning to be more patient with my painting. Sometimes we rush to finish a piece too quickly without building up enough layers, and it results in colors that aren't saturated enough, and light shadow values don't clearly define the form. That's why the painting ends up lacking depth and realism. This is one of the most important lessons I learned through study and practicing. I often struggle with impatience and desire to finish quickly, but via practicing, I focus on slowing down and being more deliberate. I use the modern wet on wet a la prima method, which is fast and flexible. It allows me to adjust the painting as I work without waiting for each layer to dry. Very useful when practicing skin tones, for example. I could tweak things until I got the result I want. If an area near the jawline needed to be cooler, I added more blue and yellow. If the cheek looked too cool because I add too much alizarin crimson, which is a cool red tone, I will warm it up with a touch of pyro red and cadmium orange. So I relied heavily on intuition while painting, adjusting the tone and color based on how they felt in the moment. The mouth turned out to be much harder than I expected. I found myself adjusting it over and over again, but something still looked off. And eventually I stepped back and looked at the painting from a long distance, and that's when it hit me. The issue wasn't just the mouth, it was the nose and the philtrum area. These features define the center and the structure of the face, and if they slightly off, the face can look very strange. And for now, I just adjusting the nose and paint it again. And that was important lesson that I learned from this practice. When painting portraits, especially in the three-quarter view, if the facial axis feels wrong, look again at the nose. Before that, I just adjusting the mouth over and over again, but when I realized that I have to adjust the nose also, it's gradually feel right to me. The nose often hold the key to the structure. I hope you enjoy painting along with me, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.